before we get into it, Marv was telling me like, yo,
Yeah.
Ray, business mind. He was going deep. Like Ray always was the dude out the crew that was.
Always about it.
Yeah.
I was always about a mission. Like I'll go work. I was working in the bank. They was out partying and playing ball. I was at the bank working. Even in high school, they'd be out wilding. I'd be in
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, he
I'll
was
wild
saying
with
that.
y'all, but I'm gonna go to class.
Why? How you figure you got like that though? Like where
That,
does that come from?
man, that's core values, man. That's mama love. That's my pops. My family's from Ghana, right? So education is value number one.
Right.
My brother is a principal, and he's like 14, 15 years older than me, right? So I grew up
Okay.
with him in the mix, right?
Right.
Being a teacher and all this other stuff. So that's more on that. Grandma raised me. 'Cause when my parents were at work, so grandma's gonna make sure you do your homework.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, it's funny how I even got down this lane. Like I was in there, I was supposed to be a doctor. Like I was molded for them. For
Right.
them, you gonna be a doctor, dude. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, when I went down this route, me seeing my parents go to work all the time. Mom Dukes would always leave the house like 5:30. My father would work at night
Yeah.
at the hospital. So I just always saw them working. So that's all I knew, right? But then in the same sense, they didn't care what you did, you're just not going to embarrass them. So make sure your education's on point.
Right.
So from that, then that evolved over time, right? So I watch education, but then I also, like I said, my family's from Ghana. I saw a lot of businessmen in the family. My grandfather was a wild businessman in Ghana too. So what happened over time was I just had a knack for it. I just liked it.
Yeah.
And then what brought it all full circle was that I was real good at math growing up.
Okay.
So my brother he noticed that. And he would always like, if he was doing something, he'd be like, yo, come count this real quick for me. So you know what I mean? So at a young age, like, hey, count this $1,000. What? Count this thousand?
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
So just being exposed, a lot of exposure, it just started putting me in a position where I said, you know what, yeah. I like this. I like this lane.
So you ever been back to Ghana?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
How was it? I never been. I've heard great things about it.
I'm gonna tell you, Ghana it brings you back to your core. I'm gonna tell you why. You come back with a newfound appreciation for a lot of things. Number
Elaborate.
one,
Yep.
you begin to appreciate the small things, right?
Yeah.
I tell people I had the chance to see the luxurious life, and I also had the chance to see what the poor life is, right? They made sure I saw both ends so that I
Smart.
could have more what? Appreciation, right?
Yeah.
So they sent me to the village, right? And the village, you gonna go grab your bucket of water, take your shower with your bucket of water.
Outside.
Right. You
Yeah.
gonna go outside, all this other stuff, pour the water in the toilet, all this other stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this, right? So now when I come back, I'm like, oh, now we gotta appreciate this
Yeah.
stuff.
Right. Right.
I appreciate the little things, but it's beautiful because that's for me from just an internal side. I'm from Ghana, but for someone like you'll be able to see real history,
Right.
such as slave castles, right? You have a chance to see, in addition to that, something that they call, the door no return, where they would take the slaves and that was it. That's the last time.
That's the last.
Last thing you're ever gonna see. They call it the door no return. In addition to that, you get to just see real cultural values as far as seeing chiefs in action,
Right.
right? And then you begin to have a bigger appreciation for certain things. I'm gonna tell you that a lot of times what people are missing, they're missing that cultural value, right? It's little things, right? Like you can't use your left hand. When you go shake someone's hand, you have to shake with your right hand. Anything you do, you have to use your right hand.
Sign of respect or
Sign of respect. Use your left hand. That's disrespect. They'll smack your hand away. They do it as much now, maybe not, influence or whatever. But that's something strong, right?
Right.
In addition to that, they also teach you respect your elders. That is just the biggest thing possible. My mom will joke around me all the time. She's like, you see these kids doing crazy stuff?
Right.
That somebody in the street would have smacked you and you can't say nothing. And by the time you get home, your parents gonna smack you as well. Because you gotta understand that you gotta respect the people who paved the way for you.
Right.
And a lot of people forget that. And that's what I feel Ghana does for me. So to be fair, I'm about to take my kids to Ghana. They gotta understand that.
How old are your kids?
I got a 6-year-old daughter and I have 2 1-year-old twins.
We're gonna get on that. So, yo, it sounds like you had an advantage. You kind of have an advantage as far as the mental was concerned. You know, because you said you feel like that's what's missing, right?
Yeah.
People don't. I don't think people know where they're from. A lot of people can't go back to their roots. Kind of.
Yeah. I don't gotta do a 23andMe. I know exactly where I'm from. I got you.
Yeah, so you could, that cultural aspect to me, that's like the foundation for you. So that shit works.
Oh, it works, most definitely. I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you don't know who you are internally, you can't influence nobody else. You can't help nobody. That's the biggest mistake people make. How are you trying to influence an individual with knowledge and you ain't got no knowledge yourself? If you don't know nothing about nothing, what are you talking about?
True.
You understand? We have a saying in my business, $100 bill can't have a conversation with a $20 bill because you don't understand where they're at, right? So what happens in this day and age, for me personally, the way I look at it is you got a lot of people giving advice about stuff they know nothing about.
True.
You understand? And the power of social media allows you to have a platform, but do you really know anything about that platform? Right? Do you even know anything about the platform that you're discussing?
Right.
Right? And that's where, you have situations occur where people are, question this one, question that one. It's some of it's funny, but some of it's serious as well. You know.
So your business, let's get into that.
Okay.
Dive into it, man. Let's tell me what you do exactly. Cause I see you online. I see you talk. I see you talking about life insurance and stuff like that.
Right.
But I want to kind of get into more details about it.
Okay. So I am in the life insurance industry.
Yeah.
I'm a regional director for TP and Partners of National Income. We're affiliated with Globe Life.
Yeah.
Globe Life is the overall parent company. They have institutional holders of Vanguard, Berkshire Hathaway. Globe Life's the official insurance company for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
The official insurance company for the Texas Rangers. I've been there 12 years.
Okay.
Right? Now, being there 12 years, what it's allowed me to do is grow professionally and personally. But from what I do on my end is I do lead a team of sales associates and managers. And what we do specifically as an insurance company is we focus on helping working families. We're dealing with the middle 60%.
Got you.
Right? We're dealing with the people who are going to be most impacted when it comes to a recession. We're dealing with the individuals who are most impacted when it came to a pandemic. So I'm dealing with the day-to-day people.
Right.
Now, why do I appreciate that? Because I grew up in a working family.
Right.
Why do I want to deal with individuals that I can't relate to? So for me, I think that, what we were talking about earlier about, just my upbringing and cultural values, it helps me in this industry. Because the essential sign of respect is to not disrespect. And if I give you a certain level of respect, what are you going to do? You got to give me a certain level of respect.
Right.
So now, if I give you a certain level of respect in business, you're going to give me a certain level of respect back.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you work with people, what do? What does a manager typically do or a director do? They talk down to you.
Right.
I don't want to talk down to nobody. I can't talk down to nobody. I talk with people. You understand? I try and have conversations with people as opposed to people. So with that, you see me online because I'm one of the top ranked regional directors in the world. I don't talk about it a lot. Primarily, that's just an internal thing, but that's definitely something I take pride in because, individuals, they come in with just 1% of trust.
Yeah.
And it's up to me to earn that other 99% over time, right? And I've had individuals under the leadership with my director as well. We put people in positions to really change their life, man. It's about living a lifestyle as well, right? So we've had individuals maximize their income, change lives, retired parents, things like that.
Yeah.
So I take pride in that.
That's dope, by the way, yo.
Thank
That's an asset we need. It's definitely in our community.
100%.
It's funny because I got into like the whole life insurance thing when I was maybe about 24.
Okay.
I just listened to my mother. She was like, you need to do this. I wish it was something I would have done earlier. But I find it hard to convince people that look like myself.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So how does that work? How do you penetrate
That's a great question. Think about it from this perspective, right? If I'm telling you to spend money on something you never gonna see, will you spend money on it?
Nah.
That's most people, right?
Right.
Okay. So at the end of the day, what I have to do is I gotta paint the picture. I gotta paint the picture for you to sacrifice who you are today for you to become, right? And by painting that picture, it's explaining to people the importance of it because it's not for you.
Yeah.
You know, you have a son. How old's your son?
7 months.
7 months. It's for your son, right?
Absolutely.
What people don't understand is we're all 24 hours away from no longer being here. You just know when your 24 hours is gonna hit.
Right.
Right? So if God forbid something happens to me tomorrow, I need to make sure my family's taken care of, right?
True.
Because what are you working every single day for?
For them.
Okay, cool. In the same sense, with your 7-year-old son, if he's crying and you're hungry, who's eating first?
That man.
Right? Okay, cool. So if you look at it from that perspective, what the problem that we have, I think, because you're saying people that look like us, look like you, look like us, right? The problem that we have essentially is that we don't understand that we got to pave the way for the next generation.
Right.
And that's the mistake that we make because we live in the moment. A lot of other cultures don't live in the moment. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember even doing my roof. It was a South American gentleman. He came. He had his son with him. He's like, dude, you got to learn this business now. His son was like 13.
Right.
He's like, you just going to pick this stuff up. But you got to immerse people into something so they can wrap their heads around it. You know, what's happening in our culture, to be fair, with people like us, they're mistaking that GoFundMe. You know, that GoFundMe.
I do.
They're looking at it like that's insurance.
Yeah.
That's not it. And the thing that people don't understand is you're trading pennies for dollars.
What you mean?
Meaning, if you could spend, I'm not gonna go so far in depth about it as far as different policy and things like that, but you could spend $20 today.
Yeah.
And if God forbid something happens to you tomorrow, your family could get $500,000.
That's true. That's true.
Let's call it what it is,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true.
You could spend $20 today, and if something happens to you tomorrow, your family could get $500,000.
But yo, man, I don't want to think about death, man. I got a long life ahead of me, man.
Most definitely, and death don't come knocking at the door; it just shows up.
Just shows up.
You understand? That's number one. Number two, if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. So you got to lay the foundation for your family, because at the end of the day, what do people spend the $20 on? What do people spend $50 on? As we grow, listen, $20 sounds a lot when we're younger, right? But
Right.
As you grow, what do you spend $100 on?
I could tell you, I could spend that.
Spend $100. You walking to
Gas,
Target, you
yeah.
spending $100. You spending that
Yeah,
on gas.
yeah,
You spending that
yeah.
on just unnecessary things,
Right.
right? But at the end of the day, why not spend $100 to make sure if something happens to you tomorrow, your family's taken care of? People don't look at it that way, right? What do they look at? I'd rather take that $100 and spend on a good time.
Yeah, live for the moment, right?
Live for the moment, okay? But that's where now you got to be educated. That's the number one reason why people really don't take advantage of it. It's a lack of education. You got to educate them. Because people think that they're spending their money, they're never going to get the money back. But
Right.
if you educate them,
Right.
they understand, oh, there's ways I can get my money back. Okay.
So that's how you talk with the people, not
Talk
down
with the
on.
people. I'm not going to talk down to you. I'm not going to tell you you're a bad father for not having life insurance.
Right.
Who am I to tell you that? I don't know what you do for your children.
true.
What I am going to tell you is that I know as a father, you care about your children.
Right.
Correct? Okay. And if God forbid something happened to you tomorrow, you want your family taken care of. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in the same sense, do you want your family in a position where they have to try and figure out where the money's coming from, who's going to bring it, how fast it's going to take to get there?
Nah.
Or better yet, do you want your children to have to be in a position where they got to figure it out? Because you know what happens in our community when we got to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
We figure it out.
Right.
Positive or negative, we going to figure it
Yeah,
out.
we always have.
Okay. Do you want your children to have to figure it out in a negative manner?
Nah, I'd rather them be stress-free,
Well, that's why
figuring
we're
things
going
out.
to give you this coverage right here. We got to make sure that you're good.
I like that. I like that.
You got to make sure
See,
you're good.
I like that, man.
Because what I got to do is I got to edify who you are as a person. You know, that's something we don't do as people. Why don't we edify one another? You turn on TV, you see something negative immediately.
Yeah, that's when you. That's what the media do.
That's what the media's going to do, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because people gravitate to that. You understand?
Yeah.
They gravitate to that. How many times do we hear about a 15-year-old going to college?
Not too often.
But it happens a lot.
Yeah.
But we don't hear about that 15-year-old who graduated early, right?
It's
But
true.
what are you going to hear about? You're going to hear about the 15-year-old who got shot in the street.
That's true.
Why is that on the front page?
No, man. Mess with your mind, probably.
Messes with your mind. It puts you in a position where now you start to question everything around you as well.
Right.
Right? You like, man, come on, what is this? What is that?
So you was good with numbers, so how did you end up in this though? How'd you make your way to this? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you good with numbers.
That's a funny
It
story.
seems like you could have went. There's a lot of avenues you could go when you good with numbers.
That's a funny story. So I was in banking before this.
All right.
I was in banking throughout college, and then just wasn't for me anymore. I just wasn't feeling it anymore. You know, I didn't feel the connection to the banking industry. So what I wanted to do was say, all right, you know, let me look at everything in general. Let me look at all these opportunities. Let me look at everything. You know, now I went to school for finance. I went to school for management. I went to school for marketing. So I had a little bit more, I would say, awareness of how things were in the industry. Like I understood
Right.
that, you know, in this industry, people made an X amount of money, but I knew the industry was difficult.
Right.
Same thing like real estate. I knew that in real estate, people make X amount of money, but the industry is difficult,
Right.
right? But in anything in life, if it's easy, it's not worth it,
That's a fact.
right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Because if it was, everybody
About
would
having. So what really pulled me into this industry? Number one, I had a good friend of mine who was in the banking industry.
Yeah.
Transitioned into the insurance industry. Okay, cool. I was working in the bank. I would see these guys who worked in the insurance industry come in with these massive checks. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
okay.
See? Right.
And I saw the money.
Right.
Right? So I knew the money was there. But what I saw also, it wasn't just the money. It was the time of day they were coming into the bank. See, they were coming into the bank when everybody was working. So they were moving to the beat of their own drum. You understand?
I'm assuming it was coming mid-morning type stuff.
Okay. They're coming at 11 o'clock. They're
Right.
coming at 1 p.m. as well. Right? Now, you might think they're on break, but I knew they weren't working.
Right.
Okay. So I think, you know, I'm a big believer in God. I'm a spiritual person, right? And I think things just happen for a reason. So I got a random phone call one day. Because I had left the bank now, right? I got a random phone call one day coming for an interview. I was like, all right, I got nothing to do with it. The same person who's coming into that bank with those massive checks was the person who interviewed me.
Nah.
Hand to God. So I said, well, okay, well, all right, let me see what it's about. You know, I knew it was credible, so
Right.
all right, cool. Then the individual, then after that, there was another part of the, interview where, you know, they were just breaking down everything. The individual who's breaking everything down, I could relate to. I had another interview. This person just wanted to talk to me about sports. He didn't want to talk about the job. We were just talking about sports.
Right.
Kicking it. So from there, I said, you know what? I like the environment. So, you know, once I liked the environment, I went in. Then the person I was working with, man, until this day, I still reach out to. I think he's one of the most influential people in the industry, hands down. And he just coached me. You know, I came into this thing at 21, and he coached me on how to be a professional. You know, he'll tell me, like, we meeting at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? I'm young at 21. I'm showing up at, 8, 10.
Right.
And he wouldn't meet with me.
Damn.
He would lock his door, eat his oatmeal, he said. I gotta get my mind right. You're late. Right? You gotta understand the importance of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started understanding that. And then from there, I always had work ethic, but I wasn't really good in the business at first.
Yeah.
So he used to call me Allen Iverson.
Why
So
call you that?
why?
Practice?
He said, you don't like practice? I said, what? I was like, come on, man. So then I started practicing. I started getting better and better and better in the business.
Yeah.
But the most frustrating part in the business was just looking at your lows. But sometimes you got to understand that when you're in the valley, you ain't got nothing to do but look up. You got to look at the peaks. If you're not willing to look at the peaks, then stay in the valley. But you got an option when you're in the valley. You could be down there and with nothing but darkness around you, just looking at the wall.
Right.
Or you could look up at the peak and try and figure out, okay, how am I going to get there?
Yeah. Seem far though. Some people look and go, damn.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Right.
Yeah, think about that, though. It's supposed to be far, because if it was easy, it
Everybody
wouldn't
would
be a valley, right?
Yeah, right.
That's it.
That's interesting, yo. So, all right, you get in this industry, right?
Right.
You like the environment,
Right.
and now, I mean, let's see how you work your way up. How did you become where you are now? Like, did you find out you had a good niche with talking to people? Like, what is it that separates you?
For me, I think I understand people. You know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't understand people. I take the time to try and understand people.
Okay.
I'm not going to say I'm a wizard out here, right? I
Right,
take the
right,
time
right.
to try and understand people. right? I try and put myself in your shoes. So that's how I, got going in the business. But what I'm also going to tell you is just something that I personally believe. I don't think that everybody needs to believe. This is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe you got to go through some adversity in life to get to another level.
Okay.
You got to go through some stuff because what you go through is what you grow through, right? So 4 months into working in this business, or 5 months, literally a week before Christmas, my father passed away.
Damn.
Literally 1 week before Christmas.
Wow.
And in my culture, right, one week after someone passes away, everybody's coming to your house. So my Christmas wasn't we opening gifts and everything. My Christmas, everybody in my house
Yeah.
dressed in, actually it was Christmas Eve, right? So my Christmas Eve, everybody in my house dressed in
Yeah.
all black, doing the cultural thing, right? Okay. Funny story, next morning, I'm like, you know what, let me, it's Christmas morning. Oh man, it's about to snow. I could tell the snow's coming. I go to turn on my TV in my basement. The TV's not working. One of these kids broke my TV.
Oh,
I got the crack
man.
in the TV. So now I'm just like, hold on. Pops passed away a week ago. I done had all these people in the house
Right.
yesterday. Today my TV don't work. What is going on? Like, what is going on, right? And I'm dealing with this now at 22.
Right. That's a young age, man.
Right? So you go through that and it's like, you got to figure it out.
Right.
Mom's still going to work. My brother is a principal. He still got to go do what he got to do.
Right.
As far as me, I think the world is working in mysterious ways. I'm the only one who has a schedule that will allow me to handle everything. So what am I doing at 22 is I'm at the forefront handling everything when it comes to making arrangements.
Okay. This is
Right?
getting interesting.
So now I have to be in, like, before I was talking about life insurance and all this other stuff.
Now yeah.
And what's going to happen.
Right.
But now I'm in it.
Right.
I'm doing everything. I'm at funeral homes. I'm going to, offices. I'm going to pension. I'm going everywhere doing everything.
Yeah.
And my manager never judged me. He's like, yo, whenever you can come back to work, your job is here. You don't have 3 days. You have whatever you need. So off of that, I had a certain level of loyalty now to where it's like, okay, I gotta make this work.
Right.
And what I also did was I saw this as an opportunity to make sure my mom doesn't have to worry about an income.
Yeah.
So I said, I got to take it to another level personally. So I said, you know what? I went to my manager when I got back into the mix. I took like 4 weeks off, to be fair, cultural things.
Right.
To be fair, my father was actually, we did his funeral here and back home.
Yeah, I figured.
So we had to take him back home. So that was like a 4-week process, to be fair. But when I came back, I couldn't sell. I was disconnected from everything. I just couldn't. So I had to find the fun in it again. And I found, and then I used it as an opportunity to educate people
Right.
about what's really going to happen.
That
so I have
story.
to speak with more conviction now. I have to speak with more passion now. But I've said, I'm not doing this just to make sure that I make $1. I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Not just a difference in individuals that I see, but I want to make sure that my mom doesn't have to work. So my main goal at that point in time was I lost one parent. I'm not gonna lose another parent.
Right.
While they're working, at least. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure I make enough money to make sure she could retire.
Right.
I'm gonna do whatever the hell I gotta do to make sure she could retire. So that's where the focus just came in, where I just took it to a whole nother level. So I'd have dark days in the business. Let's not get it twisted. I'd have bad days.
Yeah.
But those bad days weren't gonna define me because I was trying to fight for something bigger.
Yeah.
I needed to make sure mom was taken care of. If I knew my mother was taken care of, I was good. And that was the driving factor that got me to become, initially at the time, a general manager in the business.
Right.
But then when I got there, I lost the drive.
Really?
Yeah, I lost the drive, right? No, you weren't expecting that one, right?
Nah. Like you got to the.
I got there and I lost the drive
What?
because I was making the money and I was helping people, but I didn't have that hunger for some reason. Because when I got there, it was around the time my mom said, I'm going to retire and I could help out with her expenses. So I had nothing else that was going to drive me.
The mission that you was on,
I accomplished
it.
So what else is there to do, right?
Yeah.
We see that in sports all the time, right? It's very rare that you see in certain sports that the champion wins again, year after
Right.
year after year. Why?
Right.
Because you've lost that hunger, that
Yeah,
drive. You've
you
accomplished
got
it.
to the end of the event.
Got to the end, right? So
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? We just saw that this year in basketball, right? Last year was the Bucks, this year's the Warriors. The year before the Bucks were the Lakers. It's a trend, right? You see
Yeah.
that in football all the time, right? You just typically see that. Why? Because the wolf on top of the mountain is not as hungry as the wolf trying to climb it. But, but, in the same sense, if you still have that hunger, you're never satisfied.
Right.
So for me, I took a stutter step in the business. I actually got removed from my position because I just didn't have it.
You ain't have it. You wasn't
Right?
ready for it at the time.
Okay, and then life-changing events is what I'm a firm believer. You go through some life-changing events.
And that's going.
Okay, so then from there, whatever, I'm hanging out, and then I realized, okay, well, shoot, I have a daughter on the way. I got to get it together.
Right. Right.
And, I was stutter stepping a little bit, but once I saw baby girl's face, it was on.
That was it.
That was it. That was the switch. That was the switch.
That was the drive
And
again.
from there,
Yeah.
oh man, it was non-negotiable. You can't tell me nothing. I got to make sure my daughter's taken care of. I'll never be someone who's going to ask for a handout in any way, shape, or form. I'm doing what I got to do. My daughter's going to be taken care of. And there's nothing left to talk about.
So that drive can't go away.
Now it's never going away.
Yeah.
You
Interesting.
might get comfortable, don't get me
Right.
wrong. But that drive's not going. Hell no, that drive can't go nowhere.
All right. Your daughter's born. You got the drive back. Your
Right.
position dropped.
Right.
So where we at now?
No, so when my when my daughter was born, I got my position back.
Okay.
Oh no, I got that.
Oh, you
back.
got it back. So
What? I got
yeah,
it. Oh no, we're going.
Because you knew she was coming. So then.
Oh yeah, we got.
drive.
Oh yeah, we got to flip the switch now.
Alright.
We don't got nothing left to talk about.
So all right, you got the position back,
Yeah,
and now you're driven.
right.
How did you pick a group of people that you want? Like, who's your customer base? You know what I mean? Like, is it a variety of races, or is it, you know what I mean?
I'm a
Explain.
variety.
All right, so
A
explain.
variety of races. And that's people get shocked about this one. I can relate to any culture.
Oh,
It really doesn't matter to me.
really?
Doesn't matter to me. Why? Growing up, I went to diverse schools.
Okay.
Right? I didn't stay in the school in the neighborhood. My mom would ship me off to different schools. And when I got older, I'd ask her, why'd you ship me off to different schools? She said, you gotta know how to talk to everybody. She said, it's not about talking to one person. You gotta know how to talk to everybody because the world's filled with a multitude of people.
Right.
So if you don't know how to talk to everybody, you can't communicate with everybody.
Right.
I was like, okay, no problem. So I could, whatever, it don't matter to me, right? I could listen to, I could be in a room, they listen to Pop Smoke, I know the words,
Right.
right? But in the same sense, I could be in a room, they listen to Britney Spears, I might know the words too, right? It doesn't matter to me, baby.
Right.
It doesn't matter, but I ask a lot of questions as well.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. It's not, I'm joking about that, but more so than anything, it's just, you just gotta ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because if you show a genuine interest in what people like, what they represent,
Yeah.
they're going to talk about that.
That's true.
People don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Ask more questions. So I wasn't more so saying I need to focus on a culture or race or this or that. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to influence people.
Right.
So I wasn't scared. I didn't care. I'm talking to whomever.
Yeah.
Didn't matter to me.
Do you take different approaches when it comes to?
You got to ask.
people?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you got to think about it like this, right? If I'm talking to a 30-year-old,
Right.
that conversation is not the same with the 60-year-old.
Absolutely.
Two different places in life, right?
True.
So when I'm talking to a 60-year-old, they have more life experience. I got to touch on that.
Yeah.
They understand the importance of certain things more than a 30-year-old will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to touch base on that. You go culture-wise. Certain cultures just do things different.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My culture personally, the way they handle, let's call it, when a child is born, funerals,
Those life events, pretty
much big life events. We handle that completely different. When I explain this to people at times, they're like, what is that? What is this? What is that? But they're interested.
Yeah.
But we handle things different,
Yeah.
But I can always start with that because I know it's different. I know a lot of times people don't understand what we do. So
Right.
I can start with that. But I can ask you a question about, anything. And I can throw my culture into it to make you ask 1,000,001 questions.
Right.
And now you're asking me questions, I'm asking you questions. We just having a good
Yeah,
conversation.
now it's going back and forth.
Okay, and once if we're having a good conversation, we're having a good time. Yeah, then we can talk about business after. But it's about getting to know people.
Right.
People don't want to take the time to get to know people anymore. You know
Everything's
what I'm
like a
saying?
hard sell these
Oh
days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't think about it. You can't do that. You can't do that. People don't want to be sold. People like to buy.
Right.
They want to buy who you are. They don't want you to sell them.
Sell them anything.
Nah, don't sell me on anything. Just let me buy who you are as a person. And then I can make a decision if I want to do business with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I find people, I must, tell me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people in your field may struggle. I feel like
yeah.
everybody cannot. I know a couple people that entered your field and they left quick.
Yeah, you can't. You know why?
Why?
You gotta make yourself vulnerable.
Elaborate.
How many people want to really make themselves vulnerable? What I mean by that is you have to realize you're not good at something.
Ooh.
And it's safe to always go back to what you're good at, right?
Yeah.
But no one wants to deal with not being good at something because it's something you have to come to terms with.
That's true.
I'm just not
That's
good.
True. The truth
right?
is,
You make yourself vulnerable,
yeah.
but vulnerability leads to trust. If you're willing to make yourself vulnerable, that means you trust that you can grow through that experience.
Right.
You understand? And there's a lot of vulnerable states that I think just as people we go through, right? I think if you the first time you have a child, you're vulnerable. Like you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You think you know what you're doing
Right.
until they show you
So-
don't know what you're doing, right?
real.
You know, if you're ever in a relationship, at times you got to make yourself vulnerable to build trust.
Right.
Right. And what this business will force you to do is make yourself vulnerable to trust the word of the leader.
Right.
Most people don't want to trust that. They want to trust themselves. But I got to trust that you know what the hell you're talking about. You're going to coach me the right way. So that's why people really struggle. You know, that vulnerability leads to a lack of coaching, and that's what it is. But in this industry, if you're coachable
Yeah.
with a good work ethic,
Yeah.
a desire to succeed,
Got you.
sky's the limit.
All right, cool. So, all right, my thing is this, right? Because I know a little bit about your industry, right? Just surface level.
Let's talk about it.
All right, cool. So my thing is, I was introduced into whole life insurance very early.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I know there's other life insurances.
Right.
But my thing is, what attracted me to that was I could grab this money out when the cash value grows. I'm alive. I like using money while I'm alive.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Then I see a lot of people say, oh man, when you compare the amount of money you pay, the whole life insurance, put that in the market, blah, 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 make this
sounds good.
money, yeah, all this
the market
stuff.
crash.
Right.
Okay, cool. Well,
Right. So what's your, like, I don't want to say so, but like, you trying to get somebody a certain type of life insurance. How do you know which one to give this person? Like,
The first thing I tell everybody is no matter what insurance you have is good insurance.
okay, damn.
Why am I going to tell you that you should get this or that? Everybody's situation is different.
That's true.
Everybody's specific situation is different. So let me elaborate for you now. In that sense, if, you know, whole life for me, what I try and explain to people is designed for you to help generate wealth.
Right.
Yeah, you could take the money out when you need it, but again, it's the only guaranteed thing. See, people that tend to forget. There's a part of whole life that people forget.
Right.
Guaranteed whole life.
Right.
Right. You got to break it down.
Yeah.
Guaranteed whole life. 3 words. It's guaranteed for your whole life.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right.
Okay. So that's really permanent protection. It's permanent. You're gonna pay a little bit more for it.
Absolutely.
But let me compare it to something for you.
Go ahead.
It's like owning a house. You're gonna pay a little bit more for a house if you own it, right?
It's true.
Okay, but it's yours. You can do
Absolutely.
what you want.
Right.
You can pull equity out. You can pull money out of your whole life.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, good comparison.
So that is that.
Right.
Right? That's that. If your situation dictates that you need whole life, and that's what your situation dictates.
Okay.
I'm not going to be the one.
To be like,
No, we're going to assess your situation and see what you need.
got you.
You understand?
Got you.
Okay. Term. I don't have a problem with term. A lot of people have problems with
Yeah,
term.
that's what I'm saying.
And then the term people got problems with whole life.
Yeah,
I don't
it's like a
understand.
beef
It's like,
within
it's like a gang. I
Yeah.
don't understand, right? Term is good.
Yeah.
Term is good. But you got to know the ins and outs of term,
Right.
right? The reason why term is good is it's going to protect your assets. You have children, get some term. You have a mortgage, get some term. You have a lot of assets in place, get some term. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit for a lot, but it's not guaranteed forever.
Ah.
It's temporary coverage.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's only good for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Now, some people will come and say, hey, you got to get term.
Right.
No, the term has an expiration date.
Yeah. And then when that's over,
You either have to start over at your new age and your new health.
which is
And
going to
pay-
lead to
You got to pay
More.
more, right? Because life insurance isn't bought with money; it's bought with health. Bought with health. Like let's get that out the way. Life insurance is bought with health. It's not bought with money. Okay. So with that being said, you're at a different age.
Yep.
You're at a different health status.
Yep.
You're gonna pay more money.
Got it.
Okay. It's that. In addition to that, you can look this up for yourself. 99% of term policies don't pay out to a beneficiary.
What you mean?
Look it up. 99% of term policies don't pay out. Why? Most people outlive the.
Term.
But again, anything can happen. Because for that one person, listen, we're in a room of 100, and one person got that term paid out,
Yeah.
they still got that term paid out. Let's never get that twisted as well.
Okay.
So that's that. And they also have universal life. But universal life, I would say, is just a combination of both. That's
Okay.
the easiest way to break that down. But it's usually most of the dramas between the whole
Yeah.
lifers and the term lifers.
Got you.
understand?
Yeah. Nah, it is because that's how
That's
it was
what
kind
it
of
is.
presented to me.
But here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you have to take this or that. We have to really assess your situation and see what it dictates. To me, personally, term is like renting, right?
Yeah.
Renting is fine until you can afford to own.
true.
What's the problem with that? Get a term until you can afford a whole life.
Right.
But in the same sense, understand the benefits of whole life.
Right.
You see, what most people don't know about whole life is, you got a 7-month-old. Would you say your son likes Disney? Is he like Disney yet? Is he a Disney fanatic yet? Or is he more of a Coco Melon?
Hey, I
YouTube
heard bad
fanatic?
things about Coco. Melon.
Hey, listen, everybody's
Look, but let me stop.
got a preference.
He's a
Was he a Disney kid yet? Or not yet?
yo. There's this thing called Gracie's Corner.
Oh, I got Gracie's Corner on all the time.
Yeah, so
Gracie's
like
Corner's on in my house
shit,
24
yeah,
hours.
yeah. So like, he's been messing with that lately.
No, it's you that like
Yeah.
it. It's you.
I do because mind you, yo, he learns a lot.
Yeah.
And there's some other anime and cartoons I know,
I
but
do Gracie's Corner myself. I got the simple songs as well. That's what my kiddies listen to.
yeah, see, so he's still figuring out.
Okay,
Which
so
one you
watch
wanna
this.
do?
All right, so let me go with Disney first and foremost. This is what most people don't know. You can look this up, right?
Okay.
This is literally, look it up. This is not a race special, literally.
Right.
Okay. Disneyland, the foundation of Disney. No, I'm sorry. Which one's the bigger one? With the world, right? Disney World.
Disney
right? I'm
World.
sorry. Disney World.
Yeah,
The down payment of Disney World came from Walt Disney's whole life policy. He pulled the cash value out. He added it to whatever he already had, and that bought the initial Disneyland. J.C. Penney, same thing. Took the whole life policy out. Took care of that. Master P says it all the time. His grandfather left him
yeah,
10,000
$10,000 off the insurance.
from life insurance, and he ran with that. You understand? So people don't understand that you use life insurance as the foundation to build. You use term as the security for what you've built.
That's it right there.
You understand?
That was not broken down to me like that.
That's it. So it's just got to be where you. That's why, again, you have to assess where you're at. Do you have something built? Term. You don't have anything?
It is situational.
If you don't have anything?
Yeah.
Whole life. If you could afford it.
Right. He kind of. It was kind of told to me like
Right.
he didn't get into the term part like how
Yeah.
you just did.
Of course not.
Right.
Because then once you get whole life.
Yeah, right.
This is the thing. Once you get whole life.
Right.
That's
right,
what I mean. I'm going to break it all down,
Right.
and I'll pick what you want.
Hold on. Sarko, how's Ray's audio? 'Cause I see his shirt kind of.
Oh, my bad.
It's good.
good.
All right.
Y'all can cut that out?
Yeah, we cut that out.
Holy moly, guacamole.
It's easy. It's easy. I can.
Oh, okay, man.
Yeah, we cut. You ain't gonna see it. Watch.
Holy shit.
So yeah, you broke that down well, yo.
No, seriously, that's what it is.
See, would you call that a gift, or you learned it and you just know how to talk to people? Because I don't think everybody could break it down like that.
I think this, right? Without sounding cocky, I think
Nah, no.
I think
yeah.
the gift is taking the time to know that you don't know. That's the
Okay.
gift.
Right.
And everything else is the knowledge.
Got you. I
You know what
like
I'm saying?
that. That makes sense too.
That's my gift. My gift is that I don't know everything.
Right. You realize
I
that.
know that.
Yeah.
I don't even realize I know
You
that for a
know.
fact.
Right.
Some people think they know everything, so they talk like they do.
Right.
They walk like they do. They act like they do. And then when it's time to, I don't know nothing.
Right.
I will always say I don't know, so I have to learn. Because you learn before you earn.
Right.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Stop
Okay.
telling yourself you know everything in this world. You don't know enough.
Right.
The master knows nothing. The master is the master student. That's
Right.
why they're the master.
Absolutely. They had to get there
You
by
have
somebody.
to get there.
Yeah.
You understand?
So how all right, now you're a father.
Yes, sir.
So how's balancing this business and fatherhood at the same time for you?
Um, it has its perks, but in the same sense, it also has its downside to it, right?
Right.
The perks of it, I'm gonna tell you, is that if my daughter has a play, I can stop what I'm doing and go to the play.
Nice.
My parents never gave no play a day of my life. Never a day in my
Right,
life, right?
right.
But I could do that. I could be in an event if I need to. I could, if I want to stop what I'm doing and pick up from school, I could do that.
Yeah.
Right. So I like that. In the same sense, this opportunity is giving me a chance to expose my daughter to things that I don't think she would have been exposed to.
Right.
Right. Certain trips. Okay. Certain events.
Yep.
Things like that. Right. So I appreciate this opportunity for giving me that. So that's the positive of it from fatherhood. The negative side of it is that I am an intense person. Like,
Right.
I want to make sure that the job gets done. So at times I gotta make sure that I check my intensity before I walk in the door. Cause I can go out the door and I'm an intense person, but I gotta check the intensity. Sometimes also if I decide I'm working from home,
Right.
I gotta check the intensity because I could get very intense to where now I'm in work mode. I'm locked in, and my daughter does something, and I'm just like
Yeah, I mean, you was on the phone. I heard it sounded like
right. You might get this intensity
Right,
real quick.
right, right.
You might, and it's not really directed to you. It's just when you get in the zone, you get in the zone,
Right.
and anything that you're doing, right? So for that, it works, but it's also taught me what did I just say? I know I don't know much,
Right.
so I take the time to also learn. So I also do that with fatherhood, right? Like my firstborn is a girl. There's certain things I don't know about with a girl, right? Like I was raised different, right? I was raised in an intense environment,
Right.
right? I gotta crank that down a little bit when I'm dealing with a 6-year-old girl. I gotta
Right.
make sure that there's certain things we gotta do. In the same sense, I gotta make sure that from a business standpoint, I take the time to educate myself on just how to deal with people.
Yeah.
So I also take the time to educate myself on how to deal with children in this society, in this day and age.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain things I agree with,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things I don't agree with.
Yeah.
And what I agree with, okay, but then what I don't agree with, I want to know about as well, because I want to know what my daughter's going to be exposed to.
Right. You do gotta adapt to what's going on.
I know that's what's going on in life.
Yeah.
If you refuse to adapt, you can't grow. I was listening to something one time from T.D. Jakes, and he said everybody has an intelligent quotient, but you also have an emotional quotient, and you also have an adaptability quotient.
True.
And you gotta know how to adapt, and you also have to know how to control your emotions while being intelligent.
That's hard to do.
Exactly.
That's very hard to do. The three of those.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a constant challenge, right? But everything is hard.
That's true. You
Pick
just
your
said it.
heart,
Right.
bro.
Yeah.
Pick what you want to be difficult. Everything's difficult.
Right.
Just what do you want to tackle that's difficult.
You said you have twins too, right?
I got twins. I got 1-year-old twins. Their birthday just passed.
How is that, bro? Cause just how is that? Man?
Twins are fun. Twins are fun. But it is intense. It's gonna make you. They're gonna make you appreciate your blessings. I'm gonna tell you that much. There's no better joy. I'm gonna tell you this. Let's just start off with it. There's no better joy than when you're having a rough day and your child smiles at you.
Yeah.
There is no better joy than that in life, right? That is genuine love because they haven't been corrupted by the world. They just know you for who you are.
Right.
And, and they just have a connection with you. So there's no better feeling than that. But how is that? You're going to have some sleepless nights. understand that with twins, it's two different people. They're not the same. You cannot treat them the same. Two different palates, two different sleeping habits, two different emotions, just two different things, two different personalities. I think the biggest mistake you can make is trying to treat them exactly the same. It's not going to work. So that was something I had to learn as well. And then in the same sense, I also had to learn a lot more patience.
Oh,
See, I was spoiled with my oldest because she was just calm, cool, and collected.
right. That's yourself.
As myself, thank you.
Yeah,
Right?
I can tell.
Sometimes, right?
Sometimes,
But in the same
right.
sense, now with the twins, they can be calm, cool, and collective at points in time. And
Yeah.
at points in time, they can be intense. But just whatever you're dealing with, multiply by 2.
Oh man, yeah, that's all I'm thinking.
Just multiply everything you're gonna deal with by 2. So you got to feed 2 different children at the same time. Let's say, right? But let's say they both don't like the same meal. So what do I got to make? 2 different meals, right? Let's say now. Well, that's exactly what happened. To be fair, my son had to drink one formula, my daughter had to drink one formula. So I have to make 2 different formulas, right? So I'm using 2 different baby breezes. I'm moving and grooving. I got to make sure this store has this one, this store has that one. The shortage just happened, right?
I was gonna say,
So when the shortage happened, man, I went to find my son's formula. I had to drive to 11 stores before I found this formula. 11 stores before I found this formula. So with that, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a beautiful experience.
Right.
But just know you're gonna do anything and everything times 2. It can stress you out.
Yeah,
You can have days where it's like, no, I need a break.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
right.
Because it happens with 1, right? So it's definitely gonna happen with 2. But just know that it's also twice the love though.
Yeah,
When they both want to play with you, it's twice the love. So
that's beautiful and a lot at the same time.
it is a lot. No, I'm not. See, I'm not the person who's gonna lie to you and tell you,
No, it's not
it's
a lot.
amazing.
Yeah,
No,
right,
no,
right,
It's
right.
a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, but it's worth it.
Absolutely.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
So, all right, so you kind of know what's going on. So your kids is born. So what do you immediately do? You immediately take insurance out on your kids? Like, how does that work for you? Or not to get too deep personal, but like,
No, it's fine. First thing we do is we got to take care of home base, right?
Okay.
So I got to up my insurance.
Right.
That's it. You understand? I got to up my insurance. I got to make sure I got enough coverage for everybody and everything to be secure. If God forbid anything was to ever happen to me, because you never know when God's gonna punch your ticket.
Right.
That's what it is, right?
right.
So that's the first thing I do. Then the second thing I do is, yes, I got coverage for them, but I got whole life policies for them.
Oh, because let me guess, not to cut you off,
Go ahead.
their age.
Yeah, the age, right? You
Yeah.
buy it with health. The health as you are.
Health is amazing.
The health is amazing as a
Right,
baby,
right,
right?
right.
So it's inexpensive. Let's just get this out the way. But it's also gonna build cash value.
Yeah. Time is different, kinda.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Urgency is currency, right? If you move with urgency, you get to reserve your currency
Right.
or make more currency. This is however you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, take a whole life policy, let it build some cash value over
Yep.
time. By the time they're 18, they want to take it off of college. By all means, take out what you need for college if the situation calls for it.
Right.
But what if the situation doesn't call for it? At least they have a whole life policy to take it to what they're in their 20s. They get out of college. They want to. They want to get a house or an apartment, whatever. Use your cash value. Situations call for it. Okay, fast forward to later in life. They need a wedding. Take your cash value out. Okay. I've seen, and this is where I started expanding my mindset. I've seen other cultures
Yeah.
where a child's born, they'll take $1 million whole life policy out, one shot.
You
Pay
know.
about $130, $200 a month, let's call it, right? And they'll pay for that for an
Yeah.
extended period of time. So when that person's like 30 now,
You start paying.
they give them the policy. They say, this is your policy, take out the cash value, you keep paying for it. Now some of them will take out the cash value and do what? Buy a house. Take out
Right.
the cash value, pay for a wedding. Take out the cash value, pay off student loans. Because it's built so much cash value,
Right. Good time.
boom, through time, that it can cover expenses. Right? And you can do something called a cash surrender request if you want, right? Where you could even give away the policy and just take on the cash. There's options.
Yeah.
Options
See,
with that.
you know, you going deep, man. Like I said, I only know the surface level stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like,
most definitely.
I'm definitely about to do that, by the way. 100%.
Oh yeah,
I'm dead ass.
Yeah, we're talking right after.
Yeah,
this. You
we need to.
didn't know that. You
Yeah,
didn't
for
know
my
that.
son,
Oh, yeah,
that
you
needs to
didn't
be
know
a
that.
thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
So you saw that with other coaches, or just you learning through the business?
I learned that through the business.
Okay.
I learned through the business. Like, I'm walking into this is before we used to go to people's homes, right? So I
Yeah.
go to someone's house. I'm like, all right, we got I got 100,000 for you. Like, man, I got $1 million. $1 million? What you mean you got $1 million? I got $1 million. I got $1
Right.
million. I'll show you the $1 million. Here, look, I got $1 million policy. $1 million policy. When you got this? My parents took it out for me. Your parents took it out for you. How much you pay? $130. $130 a month. Yeah, they paid for it now. They gave it to me. $130 a month. $1 million policy. $130 a month. You wait long enough in life to call me for some life insurance. You waited long enough in life. That same $130 that you might spend might only give you $10,000 of coverage.
Oh man. Damn.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So miseducation
Right.
is what puts people in a position, or I should say a lack of knowledge,
Right.
or I could say a lack of exposure.
So many avenues you
There's
can
so
say,
many avenues.
because I know a lot of people that I know don't know this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah, that's the God honest truth. I'll give you a funny story to be fair. My mom used to walk around and tell us, me and my brother, you have $1 million policy. She had $1 million policy. Which she did. Which she does. Let me know. She has $1 million policy. But it's $1 million accidental policy.
And what does that mean?
That if she passes from an accident,
Then,
then there's $1 million.
so if it's naturally,
There was no money. A lot of people didn't know that. Now she had coverage on the job. She was on her job for many years. But job coverage is only good while you're on the job as well.
Wow.
When you leave the job, what happens? Your benefits are drastically reduced or it's eliminated,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Okay, so how much coverage do you really have,
I don't know, not a lot.
right? And that's just something that I knew through the business. I knew through the business that when my mother said she had $1 million policy,
Yeah.
I said, you got $1 million whole life policy? I said, I know you.
Yeah, that's
You pay for stuff. But
yeah,
you ain't
right,
pay for
yeah.
that. You gonna pay for some stuff.
Yeah,
But you ain't paying that type of money, so you ain't got that. She's like, yeah, I do. I said, let me see that policy. You see that? You see that accident? So she's like, so this whole time I've been paying for accident?
Oh man.
Yeah, you been paying for accident. Holy moly.
Is it a lot of now I don't want you to talk about your peers in business, man. But a lot of people online, when you bring this up,
Yeah.
they really think this shit is a scam, yo.
What, life insurance?
They do. They think like,
Oh yeah, most definitely. Come on, think about this. Would you pay for something you can't see,
I know.
you can't touch? Of course, they think it's a scam. I'm gonna tell you why. All jokes aside, the real reason, two reasons why people think it's a scam. All jokes aside, number one, when you get a life insurance policy,
yeah,
you don't go around telling your beneficiary, "Hey, you're the beneficiary for my policy."
that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So, if I have a policy, use me. I have a policy, and my beneficiary does not know they're the beneficiary, right? Mm-hmm. Then who's claiming this policy? Think about that for a second. Who claims the policy? The beneficiary doesn't claim it.
Nobody.
Okay, it's a scam. Why? Because let's look at it like this. Husband, wife, wife, whatever the case may be, one of them passed away, they assume the other one is the beneficiary. But what if someone took the policy out before they met you and they made their mother the beneficiary and their mother passed away? Who's the
Right.
beneficiary?
The moms.
Who passed away? So nobody's getting this.
Hold on. So what happens? So wait, what happens?
Nothing happens. Where's the money?
Where's the money?
Nobody can claim that.
So where does it go? It's gone?
Stay tuned for the next episode. For
Oh
that.
man.
You gotta stay tuned
Yo.
for the next episode for that one.
Oh man, we might have to shoot some pool on that one. What you mean?
Yeah, you gotta stay tuned for the next episode.
Wow. I like that cliffhanger. That's crazy, yo.
That's the thing.
How often does that happen?
I told you I started with one. I didn't even go into number 2 yet. Right.
Right.
Okay. How often does that happen? I could tell you that happens. That happens.
Oh man.
If we're talking about a reasons why people will think it's a scam, that probably happens 33% of the time. Easily 33% of the time. Because here's the thing: if you don't know you're the beneficiary, who knows?
That's true.
Now the other way you find out is what? You got to find the policy.
Right.
Now I know some people who hide their policies. I went to a lady's house one time. She put a policy in her freezer.
What?
She said because when the house burns down, the fridge is never going to burn down. It's going to be secure in the freezer. Would you ever think to look in a freezer for a life insurance policy? Absolutely not.
No.
Come on now. Some people lock it in a safe deposit box. Well, who's the only person that can open a safe deposit box?
The person who
Okay. You understand what I'm saying? These are the reasons. This is literally why some people will say it's a scam, because the policy never paid out. And so I gave you reason number one. I'm gonna give you reason number two. Reason number two is their policy lapse. They never even paid attention. They never even knew. They let their policy lapse and they were never paying attention. So now the person passes away, the beneficiary knows they're the beneficiary, they're going to claim the policy, and they're like, yo, dude, what are you talking about? That policy lapsed. What do you mean it lapsed?
Ended?
Yeah, ended. They didn't keep making the payment. I'm gonna give you number you know what, I'm gonna give you another one. I'm gonna give you number three. I said I got two, I'm gonna give you a third one.
All right.
Ready? They thought they had whole life and they had term.
No. How do you think?
Lack of education. The same way I said my mother had what? $1 million life insurance policy.
Yeah, accident.
See, what people hear is life insurance. They didn't hear the first part. Whole life insurance.
Right.
Term life insurance. Accidental life insurance. Permanent protection. Temporary protection. Conditional protection. Right? They hear protection. They hear life insurance. But you got to hear the beginning part. If you don't hear the beginning part, then what are we talking about? You don't know what you really have. Right?
Right.
Like this, like for instance, you can have a mortgage. You could have a 15-year mortgage.
30.
You have a 30-year mortgage, right?
There's variables, there's fixed.
Okay. What kind of mortgage do you have?
Right.
Oh, I got a mortgage. What kind of mortgage do you have? It's a difference.
It's true. This is like an aha moment right here.
So that's why people will say life insurance is a scam. And then in the same sense, people like, I'm never gonna see that money. Miseducated.
Yeah, you don't
see
feel
that money.
it's not instant gratification. You know what I mean? It's not instant.
Well, yeah, most definitely. But there's a lot of stuff that's not instant that we take our time to invest
It's
in.
true. That's true.
Right? So what are we talking about?
All right,
Get
so
some life insurance.
all right, you talk about the coaches. Hold on, wait. Before I get into that question,
We still here, I know. I know.
damn, I'm stuck. How do you think you have whole life and not cause or even like it lapsed? They don't inform you like,
They'll
yo,
inform you, but if
they just
man, you get a letter from your insurance company?
yeah, you not
Oh, okay,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah,
Come again.
yeah.
You understand? Right? Like, thank you. You got letters, right? You
Yeah.
open all the letters? Okay.
Yo,
You don't know what's in that letter?
no.
I'm not telling you to open your mail, but that folks, if you don't know what's in that letter, what are we talking
Let
about?
me so if you do miss a payment, could you have an excuse where it's like, yo, my bad, like I'm 8 years in.
Okay, we're talking about it now. You say you want to go in depth, but we're going to go in depth. Now, if you have whole life builds cash value.
Right.
There's something called an automatic loan provision. So if you miss a payment, they'll just take it from your cash value. But if you got term,
There's none of that.
no cash value. So there's nothing to take.
So it's done.
Done deal. Sorry. See that?
Yo, it's like a dagger to the chest hearing that, man.
Yeah, man, that's what happens, man. I literally just saw somebody yesterday who said that grandmother passed away July 4th. And when their grandmother passed away, they called the insurance company. The insurance company's like, no, we're not paying out for one reason or another. I didn't go so far.
Right.
I know it's one of those three reasons. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
All right, yo, we need to give some advice to people. So like, do I need to be checking on my parents' policy, making sure
Most definitely. You always got to check on your parents' policies.
Okay.
Always got to check on your parents' policies. Check your own policy as well.
Right.
You probably just took it just to take it, just to say you got it.
Yeah, a lot. That's popular right
A lot
now.
of us do that.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Definitely want to look at your policies. You definitely want to make sure you got the policy that works best for your situation. Don't be afraid to spend the money on it, because at the end of the day, you're going to spend the money. Stop it.
Right.
You're going to spend the money. We're adults. Spend the money on what you actually will see value in, as opposed to what you see value in.
Right.
Right? Like, don't get me wrong. I like good stuff. I like to wear good clothes. I like to go out to eat. I like a good vacation. I like all of that.
Right.
But my priorities are my priorities, and that's a priority.
Right.
Your family's a priority. Your lifestyle's a priority, or your family's a priority. Your family's a priority before your lifestyle. So make sure your family's taken care of before your lifestyle's taken care of. So yeah, you need life insurance in that sense.
Wow.
And then last but not least, to be fair, there's a lot of people who hear about life insurance, who know about life insurance,
Yeah.
but they still don't got life insurance. Like, they know they need it, but they still don't have it.
It's just there.
But at the end of the day, the best time to make a decision impacting the family
Yeah.
is yesterday. It's not today. So you actually past due. You got to get coverage. Have to get coverage for yourself and your family. Don't break the bank. Make it fit within the budget, but be realistic. Because you could buy socks for $5.
Right.
What's gonna happen when you wear some $5 socks?
You're gonna rip.
They're gonna rip on you at the worst time. Now I'm not saying to spend $100 on socks. There might be some immaculate comfort in those socks, but you don't got to do that as well. So you got to be realistic with what you're gonna spend. Don't say, "Oh, I got $10 to spend, $20 to spend." Right. If that's all you got, then that's all you got. Right. Get something.
Right.
But if you know you could afford more coverage, get more coverage, man. What is wrong with you?
Right. And now, people with kids, what's your advice to them?
People with kids, listen, some people don't want to do it because, it's a catch-22. Some people don't want to, put life insurance on their kids because they feel it's bad omen.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
I hear that. It's fine, no problem. It's your preference. You don't have to do that.
Right.
But you got to make sure you're secure before your children's secure, without a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely.
Don't go get coverage for your kids and you don't got coverage for yourself as well. I see that as well. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? You got to have coverage for yourself.
One game of pool before we go, bro.
Well, let's get to it.
Do it, too.
Most definitely, bro.
Because you still messed me up with
What?
with those stories, bro.
It's real stories, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, this is real stuff, bro.
Damn, son.
This is real stories, man. It's the truth.
I'm thinking, did I leave anything out? Don't think I did. Because we could go down we could really go down and talk.
You want to talk about how I deal with the people? I mean, that's just one of the conversations we just had.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah, this is yours, brother. Yeah, take this one. Let me switch up the thing here. Chalk it up. I chalk that.
Yeah, teach me, man.
Teach you. Come on, man. Stop it.
I'm telling you.
I heard about you playing pool.
Stop, man. Stop.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Stop,
all right.
It's not my thing, man.
All right, no biggie.
I'm a basketball player, man.
Well, okay.
I'm a football and basketball player. That's all I am.
Shoot, if you want, we could go to the court right after that. It's too hot. It's too hot.
It's too hot for us, man.
I tore my ACL last year.
Oh.
At the court. Oh, yeah, I was inspired. I was trying to be the point guard for the Knicks. It didn't work out for me, though.
Man, you New Yorkers, man. Y'all all think y'all could play for the Knicks, man.
Somebody got to save the franchise. Somebody got to save the franchise. It might not be me. Oh, look at you. You see?
Look,
how'd you know it's solid if you don't play pool?
Nah, I know the basics, man.
You know the basics? Oh, okay.
Yo, trust me. You gonna smoke me, man. But the camera's rolling, so I gotta try.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
Man,
I'm getting lucky.
I'm trying, all right.
I'm getting lucky, man. So yeah, yo, tell me about when you work with the people, man.
When you're working with people?
Yeah.
Listen, when you're working with people, bro, you got to make sure that you put your ego to the side, but you got a responsibility to people. That's me.
That's you.
You got a responsibility to people, and that responsibility is to make sure that you set the example. Because a lot of times, people don't they don't want you to just give them the advice that works for them. They want you to give them the advice that's going to get them results. You understand?
Right.
So when you educating someone, right, or leading individuals, it's about putting them in a position to realize their potential. You got to look at yourself like a coach.
Right.
If you're a coach, you got to coach. Thank you. You got to coach people to their potential.
Yeah.
And not their expectations. So when you look at it from that perspective, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do if you're sitting down with someone and someone you know for a fact has the talent, right? Mm-hmm. They got the work ethic, but in the same sense, they don't have the hunger. What do you do?
Yo, I feel like this is just me.
Go ahead.
I feel like that's within, yo. To give
Hunger?
someone, if I didn't raise you from a kid,
right,
and I'm meeting you as an adult, and I gotta put hunger in you, like I gotta give you a certain mentality.
Right.
I mean, I know people who grew up in the worst situations,
Right.
the worst areas, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It was just something within them. They just They didn't adapt to they didn't let their environment, they didn't become their environment.
Right.
It was just, I don't know if it was culture, parents,
Right.
or what, but it was just in them to do what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But what do you do in that case?
For me, I try and remind people that you survived 100% of the bad days life has already thrown at you. So you can survive another bad day. So let's just get that out the way. You're going to experience a bad day.
Right.
In addition to that, though, what I want people to understand is if you're going to work in an environment, you got to expect to live up to the standard that individuals have in place for you.
Right.
You understand? And that standard is simple. That standard is walk, talk, act, dress, smell like a professional.
Right.
If you're not going to do that, oh, come on, life. If you're not going to do that, then don't expect to be paid like a professional. If you put in amateur effort, then you're going to get amateur results.
True.
So you got to put in professional effort to get professional results. If you're not going to do that, then what are you talking about? What are we really doing?
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to, man. You want to lead people, you got to lead by example. Gotta lead by example. Some people want to lead by example, right? They want to lead by example, but they choose to do other things.
How do you,
Such as be a storyteller.
right?
You know,
How
things
do-
of that nature.
How do you, all right, man, when you try, I don't want to say you're trying to convince people, right? Because you talk with the people, you said.
Yeah.
But do you ever, people that you feel like you're convincing, how do you deal with them, man? Because I've on a surface level tell people like, yo, life insurance is important, right? I'm not in the profession, but I tell them, yo, I got it, and I feel it's necessary.
Right.
But they like, nah, like they're iffy on it. At that point, I'm done. What do you do at that point where like someone's giving you resistance?
Let me see. So someone is giving me resistance in regards to
They're
getting
like-
coverage.
Yeah, they're like, yo, I don't see the point, or
You're not gonna win every battle. I mean, I ain't gonna kill you. I'm gonna just show you the importance. You ain't gonna win every battle. But in the same sense, it's like, what are we talking about?
right.
What are we talking about? You're not gonna spend $50 on Henny and not get life insurance for your family. It's just not gonna work for me. We're not having that type of conversation.
You said, so you go to, so how do you, people refer you? Or is there like a list of, is there a list of people you call? How does
Whole
it work?
shebang. You got a list of people. You get people who will refer individuals as well. So that's how it works.
Right.
It's just exposure. It's all about exposure. You know what I'm saying? More exposure you have, the easier it is.
Got you.
And that's that, man.
So you're trying to convince Tarquin, right? Camera guy, right here. Tarquin, let me just ask you, do you have life insurance?
He's about to get some today. He ain't know it. He ain't even know it.
So what's your, all right, so he don't got it.
Yeah.
What would you say to him?
First and foremost, I know you don't have coverage because you just don't understand how coverage works. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we give you some coverage, but we're going to find some coverage that fits into your budget, right? That's the main thing. We got to find something that fits into your budget.
Got
If
it.
it don't fit in your budget, then you're not going to want it.
Got it.
So I got to figure out what's his budget. First thing.
First thing.
Because he knows he needs it. It's life insurance.
Yeah,
Why would you
yeah,
need
yeah,
it?
yeah,
You got
yeah.
insurance on your phone?
Yeah.
Then you got, I mean, what are we talking about, right? So you know you need it. Now I just got to make sure it fits within your budget because it just needs to be reasonable. If it's not reasonable, then you don't want it.
So you find that being the biggest issue why certain people don't get, because like,
Yeah, that's exactly
I
why
would
people don't get
assume
coverage.
people that are in, as far as society's terms, poverty, that's their reason. One of their reasons.
Poverty's a mindset, man.
Yeah, it's not even real, huh?
Poverty ain't real. Poverty
ain't real.
Well, listen, you can't say that because someone's gonna say you wouldn't understand.
yeah,
da, da, da.
right, right.
Nah, but poverty sometimes is more of a mindset than anything else, bro. Because I say that because here's the thing: there's people who grow up in poverty that become wealthy.
It's true. How they get out?
Now, there's people that, in the same sense, grow up in poverty and stay in poverty. There's people who grow up in wealth and then go into poverty. It's all about educating yourself and understanding the difference. You gotta have that hunger. Don't get me wrong; it's internal, but you gotta know what your self-worth is as well. If you don't know your self-worth, what are we talking about?
It's true. You
Come
said
on.
that. You said that earlier.
Gotta know your self-worth, man.
A lot of these.
If you don't know your self-worth, what are we talking about?
Yeah. A lot of these people. it's a lot of information online now, man, to make a lot of stuff confusing, man. So it's hard to find the accurate info. You know what I
Anybody could
mean?
go online and say they're a master of something now. You just
know.
gotta believe them.
That's why I called this platform No Guru, man. Cause I'm not a guru, man. That's why I'm talking to guys like you.
I'm not a guru. Stop.
Now look at that.
You know what I am?
What are you?
I'm someone who doesn't know much.
You stuck with that all day.
That's it. I don't know a lot.
You been like that, man?
Been like that.
Dang, son.
Always. Been like that.
You been on that. You make sure you say that.
Because here's the thing. Ask yourself this. All jokes aside. If you know everything, then what do you have to study? You ain't got nothing to study, right?
It's true.
Okay, so how do you know everything?
It kind of goes back to when you was like, you lost the drive when you got to the
What's
spot.
wrong with me? Yeah. You lose the drive a lot when you accomplish some level of success. That's
Right.
the thing.
Right. Yo, Ray, man. I respect it, man. 100%.
I appreciate it. You know, I'm telling you this, man. You know, I deal with a lot of different personalities, man. And it's difficult. It's challenging. What are we talking about? Give yourself something that works.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to definitely talk about that policy with my son though. That
Oh, that coverage?
Yeah, I'm
Y'all didn't know y'all I was signing y'all up for insurance today? I'm messing with you. You want to know what's funny? To be fair, I really don't sign people up as much anymore. This is the most ironic thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the 1 week that the boss man said you better go out there and sign somebody up. It's just
word. So all right, so
not somebody. You better go sign.
so now you're in a position to where you don't have to do that as much.
I don't know. I don't have to sell as much. I help teach people how to sell. I'll get on presentations and help them out, but I'm not like taking the the sales or the. I'm not taking any of that.
Right.
Unless I'm in a position where the boss man says you got to go do some stuff, then by all means, yeah, I respect my leaders.
Got you.
But yeah, no, I'm not. I don't have to do it. I do it by choice.
That's dope, man.
I have a little bit of fun with it every now and then, but that's about it. Nothing crazy.
So what's next for you then?
Oh, we'll see what happens next, right? What's gonna happen next?
What's next, man?
Well, you got to take it to another level, man. Maybe sooner than later, maybe I'll take advantage of the next position, man. But maybe own one of these myself, man. Be the owner of this.
Oh man, yeah, cause
Maybe.
you seem like you elevate, man.
Yeah, man. There's no other way to do it, man. If you're not growing, you're dying, man. So maybe that's what's next. We don't know. Whatever blessings God gives me, that's what I'm gonna take. But in this thing right here, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to be naive and not take advantage of something that may come my way. But I don't look for these. I don't look for the growth. Not the growth. I don't look. Let me rephrase. It's not the growth I don't look for. I don't look for the opportunity to make more money. I just look for the opportunity to solve a need.
Right.
So if you could solve a problem, you're gonna make money regardless.
100%.
Money's a byproduct of a job well done. If you're good at what you do, you're gonna get paid for it. Don't worry about it. Oh God. What happened today? You're not gonna call it?
Can I get this corner pocket right here?
I mean, you ain't got no choice. If you don't get it, what are we talking? We gotta get it.
I know. Oh shit, man.
You gotta get it.
I don't know, man. I ain't that good. And the camera's rolling. That's pressure. Ooh.
Oh, you just being nice.
Nah, man.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Listen, man.
It's all good.
All right. Ooh. Make it interesting.
Yeah, why not? I'll see if God loves me.
All right. It's a funny spot, man.
I'll make it awkward. Make it easy.
Man. Shit.
I'll make that sucker awkward, baby.
All right, man. Let's go to pocket right here.
Of course.
Come on, man. It's like a whole life policy, man.
You gotta make it
I
work.
gotta make it work, man. Ah, come on, man. See, that's the part where I lack.
What? The precision?
Yeah.
Nah, that's easy, bro. You don't lack precision. You're not half bad. Me, I only play when people come visit me.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, bro, I haven't played pool in years.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
I play with my daughter, but she be cheating. She rolls the ball. She don't got no.
Yeah, she be.
she roll the ball.
Yeah.
So that's it. Lady don't play no pool. She don't care about this. Yeah, no. They go outside and enjoy it. The pool they like is outside.
Right, for real.
That's their pool.
For real.
Come on, guys.
All right, man.
So what's next for No Guru-ish?
Man, listen.
Where we going next, man? We on a tour? Listen, at the end of the day, you gotta look in the light. You can't look in the dark, man. You gotta always look forward.
That's
Don't
true.
trust your shadow.
She said
Shadow
that.
leave you in the dark.
Right. Damn. You know, see, I think, like I said, my family, they from Jamaica, so
My lady's from Jamaica. It's all the
that's
same.
dope. It's all the
Jamaicans
same.
are from Ghana.
It's all,
You go down the route,
yeah.
all the way back in time. Jamaicans
Yup.
are from Ghana.
Yup.
We got the same values. We all as crazy.
We all, yo, it's crazy, man. It's like, those values helped me get to where I am today, 100%.
That's it, man.
100%,
If
man.
you're not willing to make yourself vulnerable in that setting, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Right.
You ain't got nothing out of it, you know?
Bro, you dropped a lot of gems today, bro.
I hope so. I hope I was able to help somebody.
Nah, you.
I hope I was able to help somebody.
What you feel about this, T?
Whole life, all that stuff. You ain't know. People just know life insurance. I'm telling you.
Life insurance is life insurance, exactly.
Nah, man. You know it's funny, right? Watch this. I remember there's a song Rick Ross made. Song Teflon Dawn. And he says, "Fuck life insurance."
No.
Right? Nah, it's not. It wasn't. No. He was just trying. He's trying to make a
Yeah.
bar out of it, right?
Right.
But then fast forward, I saw a reel the other day from Rick Ross. He's like, make sure you people got life insurance.
Yo,
I ain't got no life insurance. Y'all out here balling. I ain't got no. You know what I'm saying?
Mine was like ice insurance,
Yeah.
F life insurance. Something.
Yeah, right? Remember that line, right? So now, in the same sense, he's also the same person telling people, you gotta make sure you got life insurance. You see French Montana was just talking about
saw that.
record labels is out here taking life insurance on people. Life insurance is a big deal. It's just for those who pay attention to it.
Right.
And I think it just doesn't get the notoriety that like real estate gets. Because real estate talks about residual income, but I get residual income working in life insurance.
You know, do you think it's a fad, life insurance?
No, life insurance has been around forever.
I mean, as far as people talking about it right now. Like, cause you've been in this industry for over a decade.
Yeah.
Do you see people just hopping in your industry to make a buck, or they, you know what I mean? Like,
They just want to make a buck. Let me not say that. I think a lot more people are educated now.
Okay.
And in addition to that, people understand your portfolio is incomplete if you ain't got life insurance.
It's true.
It is what it is.
It's like,
Nipsey was talking about that all the time. He used to always tell people you got life insurance.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now when you sit back and you look at it, why wouldn't someone have life insurance? Because the key thing about life insurance is it's non-taxable. Everything else is taxable.
Exactly.
Life
When I took that
insurance
money out,
Yeah.
it's tax-free.
Tax-free money. So why wouldn't you get a larger policy,
Yeah.
spend a little bit more money, and that's tax-free money. You take that money out whenever you want. You try to take the money out of retirement account, what you got to do? You got to pay tax.
Yeah.
Try to take money out your 401k, what you got to do? Got to pay a penalty.
Yeah.
Take money out your life insurance.
And the cash value, if you were to pass and you owe,
Okay, perfect. Perfect example. So let's say you got like $100,000 policy. You took $20,000 out. They're just going to pay out $80,000.
got you.
That's it.
Now, what about when you're alive, right?
Yeah.
Are you paying interest? Is there like something, or
took a
your
loan against
dividends
it.
is still growing on your?
Yeah, your dividends is growing. You can take a loan against it. You do things of that nature.
I took some money out. I still ain't pay it back. But
Oh, good. No, nobody took the money out.
Took
It's
the money
fine. It's your money.
Yeah.
Live your life. Live your life. Don't worry about it.
yo, you make it cool, yo. You make
Life insurance is cool.
Yeah, you make
Now, I'm
it.
gonna tell you this. There's people in my industry right? I'm talking about I get residual income. I get enough to make sure my mortgage is taken care of.
Yeah.
Cars is paid for. You know, I'm gonna make sure the lifestyle's okay.
Yeah.
There's people who've been in my industry 20, 30 years. I'm talking $100,000 a month in residual income. And it's not about the money though. for
Right,
them.
right.
But it's about the lifestyle that you can now provide. Think about it from that perspective. Your son going to any college he wants. Your son has options. He don't got the options that we had. We went to where we could.
Right.
Goes where he wants to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a difference.
So it is sales based though.
Oh yeah, most definitely sales based. Sales is a trade, like being a plumber,
Yeah.
an electrician. It's all the same. Sales is a trade. You learn it, and then you earn from it.
Yeah, you good with this, yo. Yo, you know what? What other business endeavors do you got going on besides life insurance? Right? Yeah, you know it's cool,
All right.
but you know Ray is the person, man. What other business endeavors you got,
Oh man.
or you want?
I have some things going on. So I got we do a little real estate. Gotta do a
Okay.
little real estate. I do the Airbnb thing.
How's that? I'm afraid of Airbnb, man.
It has its pros and its cons.
Yeah, the cons. That's
The-
all I know about.
Everybody's gonna tell you the cons.
Right.
Nah, you got a lot of pros from it because you don't wanna well it also depends on the state that you live in, right? But a pro in New York is that as long as someone isn't in a property for 28 days, they have no rights to the property. But if someone's there over 28 days, they have squatter rights.
Ooh.
Right? So when you look at it from that perspective, if someone has squatter rights, New York is a tenant-friendly state. So
Yeah.
once they're there, they're there. Like you got,
Yeah, that's it.
they're
Dealing with
there.
it.
So
Yeah.
nah, I don't like that.
Right.
So I like the Airbnb thing. You here 3 days, goodbye. On to the next.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing more than 28 days. That's it. I like the Airbnb thing.
It's lucrative,
Very.
even through the pandemic.
People still gonna travel. Don't get it twisted. People still gonna travel.
Okay.
People always want to travel.
Bet.
You know what I mean?
It's good to know. Cause I'm like,
It's worth it.
so you feel like you make more money doing that than the actual dealing with a tenant type of situation, renting it out for.
100%. I had a tenant who was paying $2,100 for a spot, right?
Yeah.
Same spot, Airbnb'd it. You get $3,000
For the month.
for a month. Same spot,
Same spot.
nothing's changed. I didn't put no new room in it. I didn't put a divider in there and make it 2 room. Nope, 1-bedroom apartment. Boom, $3,000 a month. Pays for itself.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, look, Ray, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Come on, baby. Come on,
100%.
anytime.
This is not the last time, bro.
Absolutely,
We need
kid.
part 2. 'Cause you left everybody on the,
That's what you got to do, though.
yeah, part 2.
That's how you get invited back somewhere.
I like that.
You understand me? If not, I'm not getting invited back.
That's true.
So you
That's
gotta leave
true.
them with a cliffhanger.
That's true.
Oh, that's it.
Hey, look, man. So if you got anything else you want to add on, let me know, man.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna give everybody one gem, just one more gem, right? Sacrifice who you are for who you can become. Too many times we sit here in this level of comfort, right? You so comfortable in this one spot, you don't even realize your greatness on the other spot, right? And that's the biggest mistake I'ma tell you I made in this business that I'm in, is I could have done more on the front end. Where I'm at, I probably could have been here a lot faster if I just paid attention to the small things.
Right.
And maybe sacrifice a party on a weekend
Right.
to study a little bit more. Run an extra appointment. You understand?
Yeah.
You never know what could happen, but sacrifice who you are for who you can become, man. There's a lot of people that are looking to do entrepreneurial things or just in general, just trying to elevate in other areas, and there's something holding them back. Ain't nothing holding you back, it's you holding you back.
Right.
But how long you gonna hold yourself back?
But Ray, I'm going through a lot, man. Yo.
You're gonna go through a lot anyway. You're gonna go through a lot anyway. Why waste your time?
That's true.
Invest your time. Invest your time in doing something productive that's gonna help you grow. If not, then what do you expect is gonna happen?
Facts. You know what's funny? Before we go, there's one thing we definitely guaranteed in life:
What?
death
And taxes.
and taxes.
That's it.
So you in the industry where the whole world should probably. I don't even gotta finish the sentence, man.
Call me. That's what the whole world should
Yeah.
do, right? I'm messing with you. They should call me.
Alright.
I'm messing with you. Nah, man, all jokes aside, no, people need to really take that a little bit more serious, man. It's a phenomenal industry. For me, I feel to work in.
Yeah.
Some people feel different. That's their opinion. That's fine. But make sure your opinion has facts behind it.
Got you. Like that. Yo, what's the all right? All these questions hitting me right now.
Yeah.
So like, there's mad different companies, right?
There's a million and one
There's a million of
companies.
them.
Ridiculous.
How like? Is there different rates for like? You gotta
Yeah.
really do some detailed research.
Nah, this ain't like buying a car.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
So the rates are pretty much regulated.
Got you. So
But
no
some
one can charge me way more
they
than
not
the next.
charging you that much more. Stop.
All right.
So they're regulated a certain way. Now some companies, what they have are different underwriting rules. That's the difference.
Okay.
When some companies have some whole life companies, some companies that specialize in whole life, I should say. Some of them have dividends, some of them don't have dividends. It is what it is. It's all about preference, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of.
Why get whole life with no dividends?
It's a little cheaper.
Got you.
You get more, it's what you want out of
That's
it.
what you want out of it. Yeah.
Someone like you want to make more cash value. I want some extra dividends in there.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
If you just want the foundational whole life, just get some stuff that has regular cash value in it.
That's the beauty of this. It's so many ways. It just seems like you could go.
There's so many ways to make money,
Right.
right? There's so many ways to protect yourself as well. This is how you want to protect yourself. There's options.
Right.
You just got to pick one. That's my thing. Just get one. Just pick an option.
Right.
You don't have to get the best thing,
Right.
but you got to get something. And something's better than nothing, correct?
Correct.
Oh, that's how I get them. That's what I tell them. I tell them that all the time. I'm not going to lie to you. Something's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
You got to take advantage of something. And that's it, man.
That's it.
That's it. But sacrifice who you are for you can become, man. That's it. No guru-ish.
Yes, sir. Part 2 coming soon.
Sooner than later. Let's get it.
Yeah, this was it.